The end of the driving test. So how was that for you? That's your first ever mock driving test.
Yeah,
How do you feel that went?
It's a lot different during the test, I can't lie.
Yeah, during the lessons you mean?
Yeah, it's different to the lessons, I can't lie. It's more, obviously you're more under pressure and that. So yeah, it's a lot more difficult.
So you're a little bit more independent.
Yeah.
But do me a favour.
Yeah.
You look so tall here, man. I look like a little kid.
Let me go like this. There we go.
Bring the seat down. There's a on the right. Keep bring. Obviously you're not taller than me, but on the camera it looks taller.
Yeah.
Taller.
There we go.
Bring this up a bit. Yeah, so as I said, that was your end of the mock test. First ever mock test, completely different to our lessons, as we said. We're in the final part 5 of the driving mock test. In this video, we're going to analyze why a student committed certain mistakes, what was going through their head, why they made certain decisions, and how we could possibly avoid these kind of mistakes. So if you've got a driving test coming up or you're doing a driving lessons, maybe you yourself are committing similar mistakes to it, we're going to analyze from a teacher and student perspective. We're going to try and break it down and hopefully try and improve the students' driving ability in order for them to pass the driving test. And obviously, as a teacher, we're going to analyze how many more lessons they need in order to pass our driving test. And you'll see at the end, I'll give a rough figure. And to be fair to the student, in about 10 days' time, we actually pass in that amount of lessons. If you haven't seen the other parts, go to our channel on the bottom right hand corner of your screen right now. Click on it, subscribe to our channel, and you can catch the other parts 1 to 4. No, go back a little bit more, please. Okay, okay. You're allowed to correct it. Okay, let's stop here. Move on from here, please. Roundabout turn right, second exit. Go straight over the roundabout, Yannick. We're just gonna drive back into the test center. So take that road on the right where those cars are coming. Just keep going straight, Yannick. This place is stop up ahead. Let's pull up on the left up ahead. Alright. Okay, handbrake neutral. Turn the engine off. Relax. Okay, that's the end of the mock test. And that's the end of the mock test. Do go to our channel FM Driving School where you'll see this particular student passing his driving test, and he talks about how we got from this stage, making all these mistakes, to getting a test certificate literally in 10 days. We're now just going to analyze the mistakes with our student, and we're going to show you exactly why a lesson and a test is completely different. During a lesson, yes, we're guiding you through it, and you'll see as we discussed it with our student just now, we're going to tell him actually how many lessons he needs. And within that time period, we did get it right. We said roughly you need about 5 to 6 lessons from what we've seen. And so we did another 5 lessons and did pass the driver test first time. If you go to our channel, you'll see it. Let's now catch the analysis with our student. Don't forget, guys, to like, share, and subscribe. And also go to our channel, fmdrivingschool.co.uk, for all the latest tips that you need in order to pass your theory test and your driving test. Alright, Yannick, so that's the end of the driving test. So how was that for you? That's your first ever mock driving test.
Yeah,
how did you feel that went?
It's a lot different during the test, I can't lie.
Yeah, during the lessons you mean?
Yeah, it's different to the lessons, I can't lie. It's more, obviously you're more under pressure and that. So yeah, it's a lot more difficult.
So you're a little bit more independent.
Yeah.
But do me a favour.
Yeah.
You look so tall here, man. I look like a little kid.
Let me go like this. There we go.
Bring the seat down. There's a on the right. Keep bring. Obviously you're not taller than me, but on the camera it looks taller. Like you're taller.
There we go.
Bring this up a bit. Yannick, so as I said, that was your end of the mock test. First ever mock test, completely different to our lessons, as we said. Why do you feel like it's different for you?
Because you're just more under pressure, and it's more like intimidating. So you're nervous, you do a lot more mistakes than you usually would.
What do you think was a main problem with your driving?
Okay, so I noticed a few times I didn't do the MSM routine.
Yeah. Okay.
I stalled quite a few times.
Quite a few, man. Quite a few.
and what else? You had to take control, which was obviously a fail.
Okay. Let's go through we'll go through order in fact. So I would have failed you in the first 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So the first thing I asked you to do was, can you find somewhere safe to stop?
Yeah.
You just moved without signaling and there was a car behind.
Okay.
What's the routine to stop?
It's mirror,
Yeah,
signal,
exactly. It's simple as that. So it was not on one occasion, a few occasions where
Yeah.
sometimes you didn't even check your mirrors, sometimes you
Yeah.
didn't even indicate. It's not a major if you don't indicate if there's no one around, but we're on the main road and you
Yeah.
moved without signaling. And sometimes you'd move as well without checking your mirrors, and I'd also give you a major fault because there could be cars around. What if there was a car? So examiners can also fail you for what if situations. So that would have been the first major. What happened in that situation? You just forgot under stress, under
Yeah, I think I was
pressure.
just under pressure. It completely just slipped my mind.
Mirrors, signal, get yourself in. So the simplest things you would have felt. That's something we teach students in the first lesson, how to move and stop. Okay, so moving off and stopping fault. That thing you kept stalling. Why? It's not because obviously you're nervous. I do understand that. But again, you should know this. Whenever you stop, you put the clutch down. Every time you kept braking and stopping, you never put the clutch down or be halfway down. Did you
Yeah, I
recognize
felt
that?
that, yeah.
Why is that? I just forgot. It's
Yeah, just the
pressure.
same thing, yeah.
Because you never do that in our lessons. Why are we doing it now? So it got to a stage where it happened too many times. You kept stopping without the clutch and the car kept stalling.
Yeah.
So it got to a stage where I thought, okay, it's a major fault now. Because in one situation there was a car, I think, trying to turn or pull out, and you broke and you stalled in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So that would be another major. You stalled in gear. Also, you stalled in gear 2. You restart a few times. You've done that.
Yeah.
Where you stalled in gear 2 and you forgot to bring it
I
back.
had to get one.
Yeah, man. Yeah. A few times you brought it back, and a few times you didn't.
Yeah,
One occasion you did it 2 times. Had you done it one more time, I would intervene,
Yeah.
and that would be a major. Again, it's one of our videos about stalling. It's actually the 9th common reason why people fail, students fail, because of stalling. So mirrors, safety stop. You didn't check your mirrors. Steering a few times, you lost a bit of control. Again, like stopping mistakes, all stopping related. You didn't check your mirrors, you didn't signal. Stalling again. Meeting. So meeting, we had a lot of meeting scenarios with you. Few times they went well. You're making a nice decision. You had space to stop. But few times when you move across to stop, you don't check your left mirror. So whichever direction you go, you check the interior in that direction. Because you move to the left, check your left mirror. Quite a few times though, you're a bit overconfident, you're pushing yourself in meeting scenarios. And you just about got in a few of them, and a few of them you didn't. One occasion where I've actually taken, I was going to stop, take control. The reason for that, we were way too close to the car on the left. Even if you just about made it, you can still fail for being too close to the car because it felt so unsafe. Number 2, there was no need. The guy's right in the middle of the road. Why are you pushing it?
I don't know.
Okay, no worries. I asked you to turn right. You didn't see that no entry sign, did you? There was a. What does it look like? The no entry sign. Do you remember?
It's red.
Yeah,
with
with a white line.
Yeah.
So in the exam, it's not a trick, but the examiners do say to you turn right, and they expect you to go to the next right.
one,
Yeah, it's a little bit of a trick, but they have the right to do so. Okay. Speed was decent. Only one road, it should have been about 20. It's 30. You're doing 20, but there was a bus in front, so we couldn't really do much speed. But you could have got up to 25. So I would have given you a minor fault. So again, some meters and junctions was decent. So we went through a lot of junctions. You were going out to gear 1 at the end of the road. You will be slow. You had the correct gear. So I'm quite happy with that. We have to understand that you've only had 10 hours. 10 hours is not a lot, Yannick. It's literally like beginning stage. So for you to be doing a mock test and dealing with junctions quite well is actually quite impressive. So take that on board. Maneuver, you parked on the right, slightly clipped the curb. It's cool. We recognize your mistake. You didn't realize you're a bit too close to the curb. Move forward and carry on reversing. What else? The final thing was gear 2. You stalling gear 2 again. And that's it really. So that's what a mock test is like, Yannick. Quite a few majors, as you can see. Main thing is literally revolved around the meeting scenarios and the stalling situation. The stalling, we could put it down to nerves, but as a teacher, I'd also say you're never putting the clutch down anytime you're stopping. Anytime you stop, put the clutch down, get into that, which you do know how to do anyway. It's just today it wasn't happening. Okay. Any final thoughts about the mock test?
No, apart from it's mad nerve-wracking. That's about it.
We keep doing it though. We're gonna
Yeah.
keep doing it until you get obviously test standard.
Mm.
As I said, only 10 hours is not a lot of hours.
Mm.
So maybe another 5 or 6 more lessons,
Yeah.
you would have been a little bit more prepared for the test. But
Yeah.
obviously, we want to do try. We want to see what level you're at,
Mm.
and you can see that if you were to do your test, it would be difficult. Okay, it's not as easy as lessons. You know, there's a lot more pressure.
Yeah.
Okay, so well done. Thank you for taking part, Yannick, and let's get back into the
And that's
lessons.
the end of the driver mock test. It was quite a long mock test actually, purely because there was a diversion on the road, there was a roadblock, and that could happen to your test. It doesn't have to be 30 to 40 minutes long. Maybe it might overrun due to unforeseen circumstances. Now, this is a mock test, and as a teacher, we kind of analyzed, therefore, saw their ability, and we said, look, you might need 5 to 6 lessons. Go to our channel to see how a student actually did pass in about 5 lessons. And finally, guys, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.